the normal design part. It's a very small topic only.
Okay.
So we're just going to check how we are going to update the same analysis model into a design model. Okay. So we're going to analyze it based on the we're going to design it based on the analysis report that we got yesterday.
Okay. So,
Tell me.
before that, I want to ask you one thing, sir. Sir, my small brother wants to study three softwares. What the price for that, sir? Means AutoCAD and Revit and
Mhm.
MEP.
AutoCAD, Revit, and MEP.
Yes, sir. Actually,
Okay.
he is my cousin brother. He is living in another place. That's why.
Okay. If you want to know the fees details, you have Gayatri ma'am's number, no?
Yeah, I know. Yes, sir.
You can talk to her, ma. She will explain to you. You tell her the three softwares that you want to join. She
Okay.
will explain to you the fees. Okay.
Oh, okay, okay, sir.
Yeah, I can't actually commit that fee. That's the reason.
Oh, okay, okay, sir. Okay, sir. I'll talk to.
Mhm. The screen is visible, right?
Yes, sir.
He's also from Nepal, huh?
Yes, sir. He is also from Nepal, but different place.
Okay. Is he studying in India or he studied there itself?
Chennai only, sir. Beltec.
Okay.
Third
For
year.
him also, I should only take, huh?
Yes, sir. He said. I told him about you. Then he got
Okay.
motivated.
Okay.
That's why.
Fine. So now, yesterday we saw how to analyze that building, and then we took that analysis report and everything. Today also we're going to do the same thing, but
Hmm.
we're going to upgrade that model into design. I'll just draw this. I'll just model it first
Okay.
and repeat it along z-axis. We have. I'll repeat it along 4 meters, and then once again. So properties I'll give. For columns, I'm going to give 0.45 cross zero point 0.3 add, and for beams, I'll give 0.3 cross zero point 0.3 add. So select the columns, give the profiles like this. Okay, we'll
Yes, sir.
just assign to threaded beams. For beams, we'll go with this thing. Selected, assign to selected beams. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and then what you'll do is you're gonna go to general tab. In that support, you'll give create a fixed support, add. Okay,
Yes, sir.
select assign to threaded beams. Here,
Yes,
and
sir.
then loads and definition அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு will give. So we have that loads and definitions here. Like yesterday, we just added dead load, add.
Right.
Then we have live load, add. Okay. So I'm just gonna add the loads like that, like we did yesterday. Self height, assign to view,
Okay.
add. Then you have member load. In that member load, you have minus 13. Put it as minus 13, and then you have add. 1 second, ma.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So in this, I'll give the value here. So now I'll just select it. I'll select the beams alone, and I'm going to give the tutorial value.
Yes, sir.
Okay. After that, in this, I'm going to give the floor load based on IS 875. So I'll give that floor load as minus 2 kilonewton per meter square, and the range is going to be 4 meter.
Okay.
That will be added like this. Yesterday we performed analysis. Today, what we are going to do is before performing analysis, I'm going to perform the design process also.
Okay.
Okay, or you can perform analysis and then you can do the design. So I'll go to the after the options in this general option is completely done. So I've given the property, I've given the support, I've given the loads and definition and everything. The next what I have is I have analysis and printer. So I'll click on that. So when I click on that analysis and print, okay, when I click on that analysis and print, you have all option here, and in that you will give add. So now what I'm going to do is just going to analyze it.
Okay.
I'm just going to analyze it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So when you analyze it, we get a report like this. No, you shouldn't have errors. You shouldn't have warning that we saw yesterday. So if you see here, when you view the output file, you can see that you have only the reactions here. So you don't have anything like design. The same way here also, if you double click and see, you will have only the shear bending and deflection. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the design process. So I'll go to design option here. Okay. So
Yes,
you
sir.
can design these 5 components in Staad Pro. You can design steel, you can do concrete design, you can do timber design, you can do aluminum, and you can do shear wall. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, right now, this structure is completely made up of what? Concrete, right? So I'm
Yes,
going
sir.
to do a concrete design. So for concrete design in India, what we generally use, we use IS 456, right?
Yes, sir.
So I'll just go with concrete here. In concrete, if you see here, by default, the current code that you have here is ACI. So ACI is nothing but American Concrete Institute code. Okay. By default, the code that you have here is ACI. Your environment is too noisy, Aman.
Yes, sir. It's
Okay. So I have to change that into from ACI. I'll have to change it to IS 456 here. So I'll change it to IS 456. So after I change it to IS 456, I have 3 options here. One is select parameters, another one is define parameters, and another one is commands. I have 3 options here. One is select parameters, the other one is define parameters, and the other one is commands. So if you're very precise in giving the parameters, if you're very knowledgeable in to define the parameters, you can define it. So when you go to define parameters, you will be responsible for defining each and everything. So you will be responsible if there is any bracing. So you will be responsible for giving the clear cover
okay.
depth. So effective depth value you will give. Okay. So all these things you will be giving. So what is the grade of concrete? If it is going to be M25, you'll have to give that value as 25,000. If it is going to be FE4 and 5, you can give the value as FE4 and 5 here. So all these values you will be giving it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. After you give all that things, you can do. That is one method. Another method is giving the responsibility to the software. So you're giving the responsibility to the software. So what you'll do, you'll go to select parameters here, and then you'll all the parameters will be listed here. In that, you'll go and click on OK. So now the command is done for. Like the parameters are selected to design. Next, what I have to do is I have to give the commands to perform the design. I'll have to give the commands to perform the design. So what I'll do, I'll go to commands here.
Okay.
So this command, it is asking me to select give option design commands to individual components here. So you have the beams, you have the columns, you have the slab element, and then you have takeoff. So here I'll give design beam here first. So add that command. After that, I have design column command. So you'll select that and you'll click on add here.
Okay.
Okay. So you have design beam and design column, and then finally you have takeoff. So you'll have takeoff here. So you'll select that and click on add here. Okay. So
Yes,
after
sir.
you give that takeoff means it will estimate, it will give you the estimation for the amount of concrete and amount of steel required to construct this particular columns and beams. Okay. That
Yes,
is
sir.
fifth dimension. So concrete takeoff means it will give you the exact estimation of the amount of concrete and amount of
Okay.
steel required to build that particular model. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, in this, what I'll do is I'm going to design the beam here. In this, I'm going to design the beam. So
Okay.
you'll just select it, and then I'm going to select the beams alone, and then I'll give to assign to selected beams. Okay.
Yes,
Next,
sir.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to design the columns here. So select it, select the columns alone, and assign to selected beams. So what happened here? So the commands are already given. Now
Mm.
what I'll do is I'm going to go and analyze it. So I'll just go and analyze it. So the moment I analyze it, you can see that you have the report slightly modified. So you'll have concrete design here.
Okay. Yes, sir.
In this, they are given it in the report format, not in a diagrammatic format. They are given it in a report format. So what have they done? They have given the design report for individual beams here. So for beam number two, they are using M30 grade of concrete. FE4 and 5 is the main rod, and FE4 and 5 is the secondary rod.
Okay.
Length of the beam is 4 meter. Size is 3 point 0.3 cross point 0.3. Cover is 25 mm. So they're dividing that beam into four sections here. So 0 to 1000 one section, 1000 to 2001, 2000 to 3001, and 3000 to 4000 as one section.
Okay.
So in the starting point, since the bending moment of the beam had a negative bending moment in the starting point, we are giving a top reinforcement.
Okay.
Okay, in the middle span we have bottom reinforcement, and again in the ends we have top reinforcement. So yeah, this is the AST value. Okay, and
Okay.
here they are giving the reinforcement area value. So they are using three 12 mm bars.
Mm.
Okay, in the midspan they are using two 12 mm bars. The same way in the bottom they are using two 12 mm bars, and in the middle they are using three 12 mm bars.
Okay.
And you can see the link details here. So it is two linked links, 8 mm bar at center to center, 200 mm spacing. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So like this, we'll be having the details for all the beams. Now, if you scroll down to the bottom, no, you'll have the estimation.
Okay.
So you'll have the estimation here. So total amount of concrete required to construct this particular four beams and four columns is 3.1 cubic meter.
Oh.
So that amount of concrete is required.
Mm.
And when it comes to steel volume, 8 mm bar you need 598 tons, and 12 mm bar you need 1544 newtons. Okay.
Okay.
By this you can calculate the amount of rebar required to finish that particular job. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm minimizing it. You double click on the beam, so you can see a new option called concrete design here. So in this you'll get the concrete reinforcement drawings as well.
Oh.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is what is design. So next topic we'll see a bigger topic, that is interactive design. So that we'll see tomorrow. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Now what you do is you do a model and you
Mm.
do the analysis and design part. And for
Okay.
the same model, maybe we'll try to do the interactive design tomorrow. Okay.
Okay. And sir, what
Interactive.
about the
Yeah.
slab design, sir?
You cannot do Staad design in Staad Pro. You need a separate plugin called Staad ETC for that.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. You can't do slab design in Staad Pro. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
If you want, I'll show you what is the problem with that. What you can do is a general output only will come. That like this detailed output will not come.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
When
sir.
I'm teaching you plate at that time, I'll teach you that. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay, sir.
Okay. So
Okay, sir.
tomorrow in the sense tomorrow is Saturday, right? So Saturday and Sunday you will not be having class. Monday will be having class.
Sunday we
Okay.
have summer like Navis work.
Sunday Navis works is there. Start pro class I'm saying.
Okay. And so
Sunday Navis works is there. Tell
one
me.
class I have missed